What's going on YouTube? It's Ben. Thanks so much for checking out another one of my videos. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to properly target brand new clients. So as you can see right to my right, I've laid out a hierarchy of who's who in any given company. Now most companies go by this hierarchy, some do not, but generally it's going to be an owner, a C-level, a VP level, a director level, and then management level. And then everyone else below that is pretty much individual contributors. They're individual employees that work on the ground level. So how do you target the right person when you're looking for new business in recruiting? So as a recruiting agency, we're constantly reaching out, trying to forge new relationships, get new contracts, work with new companies that are going to bring us more money. So the idea here is that you need to understand who's who and what they actually do, how much power they have, what decisions they make, and who you actually need to be speaking with when you do reach out. So owners and investors or founders or people like that are really not people that you're going to talk to. These people are out on their yacht, okay? They founded the company, they're done, they're just collecting revenue. You're usually not going to talk to the owner. In some cases, maybe 5% of cases, owners have their hands on in the business, but mostly not. The C-level is anybody that's a CEO, CTO, CFO, a chief of something, right? These people make high-level decisions. They're above pretty much everyone in the company besides the actual owner or investor, founder, and they make high-level decisions. So the VP level reports directly up to the C level. VPs are people that have been delegated departments or tasks that the C level does not deal with. So you might have a sales department, you might have, a department of engineering, and there might be a VP of each of those departments. Below that, you're going to have directors. Directors are just a tiny level below a VP. So basically the director is going to have more of a hands-on approach with that team that they've delegated power to. Anything under that is going to be management. So you're going to have managers that actually manage people, and those people are all just going to be individual contributors. So who do you target when you actually reach out to a company, right? Because this can be super confusing, right? You might think that you want to hit the owner, right? Because the owner's got all the money, right? He might make the decision. No, you're not going to want to hit up the owner. You might want to hit up the CEO. That guy's going to make decisions, right? No, generally you're not going to hit up the CEO. That's not always who you're going to want to talk to. The VP, that might be the guy, right? The VP is who I want to talk to. No, probably not. Down below that, director and manager level are where most of your contacts need to go. Directors and managers, these are the people that have their hands on in the business more than any of the other three top categories. The reason being is because they've been actually delegated the responsibility of hiring. So these are the people that are most involved in hiring, directors and then managers. So directors do make high-level decisions based on the VP and the C-level input, but they actually delegate most of that down to managers. So eventually what's going to happen is you'll probably reach out to a director, and a director will then delegate you over to a manager, and the manager is actually going to be the one that's going to give you kind of your marching orders and who to talk to and how to work through the process. Keep in mind, managers have their pulse on everything that's going on in their department. So a manager, a hiring manager of engineering, right, or sales, right, the manager of the sales department, he or she knows exactly what they need, what hiring needs have to happen, like now, where the department is lacking, where they have a surplus, and what they might need. That manager can go back to the director and say, hey, we definitely want to use this service to staff for us. That director will take it up to the VP level. It might get to the C level if it needs to. Sometimes it doesn't even need to go to the C level. But the director is probably going to make the call, give the manager the green light. The manager is going to send some contract over to HR. HR is going to approve it and sign off on it because, believe it or not, directors and managers and VP, they all have power over HR. This is why I always say that HR is not who you want to talk to. HR is to be circumvented and walked around at every possible cost. They will never help you. In 99% of cases, they will only stop you from getting the business of the company. It's super, super important that you don't go directly to HR or a recruiter. Even though they seem like the perfect people to talk to about staffing, they're not. You need to be talking to the people that actually feel the pain points and make the real decisions. Those are the two main factors here. The managers are feeling the pain points. They know where they need more staff. And the directors and then upward are the people that make the decisions on whether to use you for augmented staffing, meaning bringing you on, signing a contract, and giving you job orders. So long story short, you don't want to mess with any of these pretty much top 3 people. You definitely want to be targeting directors and managers. Just ensure that the manager you're targeting, if you do, target managers, it's someone that's actually important. It's someone that actually, does something more than just manage a group of 5 people. Make sure it's a manager that manages a department, right? Like a sales manager that actually handles a whole sales floor and not just a sales team, something like that. And you can do that sort of research on LinkedIn, look at their profile, understand what they do, and do a little bit of digging. I mean, that's what recruiting is. You have to do some research, find the right people. But definitely be hitting the directors, definitely be hitting the managers. Don't bother the investor, don't bother the founder, don't bother the C-level, don't bother the VP level. There are cases and scenarios. There are exceptions where you will be wanting to contact a C-suite individual or a VP directly and talk to them because you might have, a certain company that works in a different way. I said in the beginning, not all companies have this exact structure and work like this. Some people have an owner or an investor founder that literally runs everything, and then everyone below them is all management and individual contributors. But for the most part, guys, you need to be going after directors and managers. That's how you're going to get your new business, and that's how you're going to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I would love you for that. It would just get this algorithm up and push this video out to so many more people. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today, Saturday. I'll be checking you out on Sunday. Take care.